Namaskar. I extend my gratitude to you all for hosting my talk in commemoration of the 156th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The world observes Gandhi Jayanti on 2nd October. It is also recognized as the United Nations International Day of Nonviolence. We are constantly reminded of the enduring relevance of Gandhiji's messages in a war torn, crisis ridden world yearning for peace. Let us walk together in the spirit of Gandhiji towards a world where nonviolence is not merely remembered but actively practiced. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, said on 21st September 2025, and I quote, our warring world is crying out for peace. Peace is everyone's business. Peace cannot wait. Our work starts now. Unquote. These words echo Gandhiji's timeless truth. Peace is not passive, but a courageous pursuit rooted in justice, compassion, and moral clarity. Mahatma Gandhi was not simply a political thinker. He embodied a living philosophy of truth, nonviolence, love, tolerance, freedom, and peace. He envisioned a society rebuilt from the grassroots, anchored in decentralized structures with villages as its foundation. His empathy for the poor and marginalized drove his commitment to dismantling unjust systems and replacing them with equitable alternatives. Globally, there is a growing interest in Gandhiji's transformative legacy. His pioneering use of nonviolent resistance, his approach to social reconstruction, and his practical application of nonviolence in both personal and public life. He proved that lasting societal change is possible through active public participation across economic, social, political, and cultural spheres. Despite the rapid advancements of the 21st century, the world continues to grapple with profound challenges. Gandhiji's early crusade against racialism, religious extremism, and violence remains strikingly relevant. His slender frame still casts a long shadow as the originator of a global movement for justice and freedom. In our interconnected world, conflict everywhere affects us all. Gandhiji upheld the rights to freedom, dignity, equality, and liberation from poverty, and of course, discrimination, principles that form the foundation of universal human rights. His ideas offer peaceful solutions to pressing crises like inequality, social instability, and violence ridden societies. Gandhiji's ideals are very much relevant in the modern era, offering solutions to the present day pressing crisis, which is causing widespread disturbances, concentration of economic and political power in the hands of a few, and violence ridden societies. Guidance from Gandhiji's thought and experience would help in paving the way to finding solutions of these problems in a peaceful manner. Mahatma Gandhi had said, and I quote, when I despair, I remember that all through history, the ways of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Think of it always. Unquote. Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy was anchored in ahimsa, non-violence, satyagraha, truth force, sarvodaya, welfare of all, swaraj, self-rule, and trusteeship that offers foundational principles for building a just and equitable world. His values, truth, ethical means, inclusivity, dialogue, nonviolence, and mutual respect continue to resonate across cultures and generations. His constructive programs emphasized self reliance, rural upliftment, and social justice to restore human dignity. Though initiated over 90 years ago, they remain strikingly relevant as the world strives to meet the Sustainable Development Goals. In today's turbulent world, violence takes many forms. The destructive forces of climate change, the horrors of armed conflicts, the indignities of poverty, the problems of displacement, the erosion of human rights, and the coercive impact of hate speech. Upholding human rights is essential to creating a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable future. Over half a century ago, Gandhiji sought to break the cycles of violence and retaliation. He believed that humanity stands at a crossroads between violence and compassion. His legacy offers an extraordinary opportunity to begin a new chapter in human history. He seamlessly integrated personal values with public action. His unwavering belief in a single standard of conduct, rooted in the dharma of truth and nonviolence, guided his every action. Through nonviolent resistance, he led successful movements against injustice, exploitation, and moral decay. He had said, and I quote, "I do not believe that the spiritual law works on a field of its own. It expresses itself only through the ordinary activities in the economic, the social, and the political fields." Unquote. Mahatma Gandhi's principles of ethical, political, economic, and social behavior offer a broad framework for society. His practical idealism and irrepressible optimism can guide us towards self realization and a century of peace. Gandhiji wrote, and I quote, "I know the path. It is straight and narrow. It is like the edge of a sword. I rejoice to walk on it. I weep when I slip. God's word is, he who strives never perishes. I have implicit faith in that promise." Unquote. How does the younger generation remember Mahatma Gandhi today? As the leader who guided India to freedom? Or the prophet who warned against greed? Or the humble figure in a loincloth? Or the saintly man at the spinning wheel? Perhaps all of these. Gandhiji was a profoundly multi-dimensional personality, a saint and a revolutionary, a politician and a reformer, an economist and a spiritual seeker. He was a man of action, a visionary, a skilled negotiator, reconciler, and a peacemaker who embraced the belief that truth could reside in opposing perspectives. His legacy left an indelible mark across the globe, inspiring leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Madiba Nelson Mandela, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Desmond Tutu, Cesar Chavez, Tawakul Karman, and there are galaxies of people whose life has been inspired by Gandhiji. With Gandhiji, the struggle for human rights shifted from violent resistance to non-violent activism. He believed that non-violence was not the weapon of the weak, but the strength of the morally courageous. Throughout his life, Gandhiji sought to resolve conflicts through interreligious and intercultural dialogues. He had deep respect for all the religions of the world and cultivated enduring friendship across faith. He took time to study, reflect upon, and engaged in meaningful dialogues with diverse religious traditions and communities. Gandhiji saw moral decay as the root of conflict and injustice, and he stood as a champion of political, economic, and spiritual democracy. Internationally, Gandhiji is revered as a master strategist and an exemplary leader whose ideas are of timeless relevance. His life and teachings provide a moral compass for addressing modern crises with dignity and compassion. He applied universal truth and nonviolence to new contexts, shaping history and guiding humanity towards a more rational and compassionate existence. He spiritualized politics, embedding moral principles into everyday life. Gandhiji said, and I quote, "The whole gamut of man's activities today constitutes an indivisible whole. You cannot divide life, social, economic, political, and purely religious, into watertight compartments. I do not know of any religion apart from human activity. It provides a moral basis for all other activities which they would otherwise lack, reducing life to a maze of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Any activity which fails to conform to the moral law would not only defeat its own real purpose but harm humanity. Some friends have told me that truth and nonviolence have no place in politics and worldly affairs. I do not agree. I have no use for these as a means of individual salvation. That economics is untrue, which ignores or disregards moral values. As a matter of fact, there is no such thing as an individual in isolation. Unquote. Gandhiji conceives of man as a social individual. His individuality comes out best when he works for social ends. Gandhiji said, and I quote, "I am endeavoring to see God through the service of humanity, for I know that God is neither in heaven nor down below, but in every heart." Unquote. Gandhiji exemplified perfection in character and conduct. He was punctual, sincere, efficient, and grounded in ethical leadership. His greatness stemmed from deep spirituality and an unwavering belief in the resilience of the human soul. To me, Gandhiji is not merely a collection of ideals, but a living presence. His teachings addressed immediate challenges while offering enduring inner guidance. Each principle was tested and refined through the laboratory of his own life. His name is now synonymous with nonviolence, social justice, and civil disobedience. His entire life was a journey of action and transformation. He is remembered not only as a political leader, but as a moral guide who spoke to the universal conscience of humankind. His legacy continues to inspire global leaders who draw from his life and work to promote peace, nonviolence, and uphold justice. He was truly overjoyed in whatever he was doing, fully immersing himself in each task, however small it may be. In his own words, I quote, "Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Full effort is full victory." Unquote. Gandhiji believed in the freedom of every individual to grow towards full self realization. He sought to abolish exploitation and submission to it, considering both as sins against the fundamental law of our existence. With resilience and resolve, he carried forward the torch of our nation's guiding philosophy. Ekam sat vipraha bahuda vadanti. Truth is one, but the learned call it by many names. Gandhian humanism and its practical application are the way forward in a crisis driven, war torn world to bring about peace. His noble spirit and warm, humane kindness have endeared him to all humanitarians throughout the world. I would like to once again express my gratitude to the Consulate General of India in Houston for graciously hosting this talk in observance of Gandhi Jayanti and the UN International Day of Nonviolence. I would like to once again express my gratitude to all of you for graciously hosting this talk in observance of Gandhi Jayanti and the UN International Day of Nonviolence. A special thanks to each one of you who have joined me today. Your presence and engagement made this occasion truly meaningful. Namaskar.